Hey, Zubas, it's me, Zipster. I'm recording this on my actual laptop, which is I don't know why it's weird to me. I'm used to having like a camera set up, and it's like why would I bother with all that when all I have to do is turn on the damn camera on my laptop? Anyway, already I'm rambling. Okay, let me tell you, this is not going to be a whoa, poor is me, whoa, poor. It's not going to be a pity party, but I got to tell you. The last couple of days have just sucked the life out of me, okay? So a couple of, maybe a, what the hell's that? Okay, so like a week ago, it rained here like it was like a monsoon, okay? And I'm sitting right here at this very spot, and I'm hearing this sound. And I'm like, is my computer freaking out? Like, if this computer breaks down, I'm going to have a fit, you know? And I'm like, no, it's not coming from my computer. I'm like checking it out. I'm listening. All of a sudden, I looked around, and there's a drip, drip, drip coming from up in my ceiling. And I got one of them floor lamps that has like a bowl like this. And I looked in there, and this thing's plugged in with a light bulb in it, mind you. And I looked, and there's like 2 inches of water in this little. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. The roof's got a hole in it, dear Henry. So I'm like, okay, this is it. I got to get it fixed. So I had I went online like every good consumer is supposed to, and I'm like checking out how many stars you get and all this shit. And I found this company. Well, actually, I found a couple of companies, and they all come over to my house. Oh man, when those people come in, I don't know what kind of university these people go to, but it's like they're like the best salesmen ever. They will talk you into, oh my God. So anyway, I'm sitting talking with these guys, and I'm trying to. Well, you can't say Jew them down, can you? What do you say? I'm trying to talk them all down to get the cheapest price I can, all this shit. Anyway, it turns out it's going to, it's like, well, it's going to cost 6,200 some dollars, is the people I went with. So they came yesterday. Oh, I had to pay a third then, like a week ago. So that was like $2,000. I'm like, oh, great. So they came yesterday. And the funny thing is, I thought I went with like a big company instead of like some, just roofer who if they fall off the roof, they're going to sue you and take your house or whatever. I'm like, no, I want to make sure, So I went with like a reputable company that had like a whole lot of stars and stuff. And they came yesterday. And the project director, whatever the hell he's called, comes up to the door, and I don't remember his name. He was, kind of good looking, whatever. And oh, this is the killer. Okay, now I got to tell you, I'm a late sleeper because I don't go to bed till like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm just built that way. So they're telling me the sales guy who was here a week ago tells me, yeah, don't worry about it. You don't even have to be home. They're just gonna come and put up the roof. I'm great. I'm like great. Well, it's 7:30 in the morning, and I hear somebody banging, and I got one of them big brass knockers. I got, I got a big brass knocker on my door, and I'm dead out of sleep, and I just hear this bang, bang, bang. I'm like, oh shit! I like flew out of bed like a rocket. I'm naked as a jaybird because I sleep au natural. And I'm like, oh, it's got to be the roof people. So I like throw a bathrobe on. I don't even have the thing tied by the time I get to the door. So who knows what this guy's thinking of me? It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I open the door and this guy's like, oh, okay, hey, my name's, Roger, whatever. And I just want to go over your contract before we get started. You pick this. What the hell is this noise keeps happening? And he's like, okay, you pick this color and you're going to do this. And if we have to do this, and I'm like, whatever, 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 just do it, And I try to go back to bed. Oh my God. Within 15 minutes, these people are banging and clanging like you wouldn't believe. It's like there's no way I'm sleeping today. And I had to work last night because, oh, in case you don't know, this might be a much longer video than I thought it was going to be. Okay, on a Tuesday night, because I decided it was time I needed to get out of the house a little bit because I've been sitting in the house since 2006. I took a job like 2 or 3 years ago hosting karaoke on a Tuesday night, which is really a lot of fun because basically I get paid to sit and like abuse people who, they deserve abuse. Like, I mean, how many times in a night can you listen to like gay guys sing It's Raining Men, only they can't sing? I mean, after a while it gets old. But it's fun because every once in a while, people come in and take their clothes off and dance around a little bit. And, at my age, that's all the excitement I could take. Anyway, okay, so these people get done with the roof and I have to give them another $4,000. Now I spend 6,000 some dollars putting a roof on my house. Well, okay, while they're putting the roof on my house, I'm down in the kitchen and I'm like running water and doing something in the sink. There it is again. I'm doing something in the sink and I hear just like water, big water sound. I'm like, what the hell? I open up the cabinets to underneath the sink and there's water just dripping down. It's not dripping, it's running down all over my pots and pans, and everything is just, it's a mess. I'm like, oh, perfect. I get to call a plumber. All right, I know, plumbers are expensive, but I have to do it. So, a long story short, that cost me another $500 today. I'm like, okay, that's almost $7,000 I spent in 2 days. You know, what next? And then as soon as I said to myself, what next? I'm like, well, your heating system could go, your hot water heater could go. It's like, don't even think about it. So then I was just talking to myself, I smoked a little bit before I did this video. I shouldn't do that. But anyway, so I'm in the bathroom and I looked at myself in the mirror, which I rarely do because it's so disappointing. I'm not ready for that final disappointment of seeing what I really look like, And I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, and my head, the older I get, my head is growing in weird directions, I think. Let me see. I look kind of normal now, but man, when I looked in that mirror a little while ago, it was like a funhouse mirror or something. Things are, I don't know, I was getting like a fat head, and I'm looking at, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Then I started pulling around and moving shit around, and I'm like, ooh, that's better, that's better. Then I'm like thinking to myself, if I hadn't spent just like $7,000 in the last 2 days putting a freaking roof on my house and fixing my sink in my kitchen, I could have got me a whole facelift. I got to get my priorities straight. It's as simple as that. Screw this house. I got to start taking care of this. I don't know where I'm going with any of this. I guess I just kind of missed sitting here doing this with you people. So I'm going to take off now and I will leave you alone and go about your business. Talk among yourselves and don't mind that man behind the curtain. Okay. Thank you.